Hello everyone, I'm back with a case review. This actually was a request from my son who wanted me to review a product that he has been using for a long time. And it gave me an idea because many people ask me how some of the more expensive cases that I've reviewed have held up. And sometimes in the comments I get questions about how did a case hold up. So this is a popular brand and a relatively expensive brand from Zugu, and you can find them on Amazon. They also have their own website, and they make various cases for different iPads and different products. So we'll go ahead and go to the Zugu Case store here, and as you can see, they have iPad cases, Galaxy Tab cases, cases for different products. There's a whole list there. So the one that we're going to look at today is the 10.2 inch case, which is the one that I purchased for him 2 years ago, actually. So he's had this case for 2 years, and it was a $40 case. So it's relatively expensive. Sorry about that, all the clicking there. It comes in different colors. I have it in black, but it also comes in berry purple, Arctic gray, and you can see these different colors depending upon which model of iPad you have, but they have been for different tablets as well. There's Desert Rose, the olive green. Now the regular price was $59.99. I think because this iPad is getting a little on in years, they're down to $49. And in the case of the black one that I have here, it's $39.99. So how has it held up after 2 years? You know, the question is, do you get a cheap case that's $5, $10, $15, sometimes $20, and is it going to hold up, or you get something a little more expensive and hope that it holds up a little longer? This is a 9-year-old who has an iPad and has been essentially abusing this case as a 9-year-old would. So just keep that in mind. Here it is after 2 years. Okay, it still functions fine. The front cover, which I was worried would get a little flimsy after a while, actually is okay. It's not quite as flimsy as I thought it would be. It still maintains itself in the frame of the case overall. The cutouts are good. Zugu is good about having proper cutouts, and you see there with the microphone, he has also the headphone jack, which doesn't exist on a lot of models or any models anymore. And the internals, and this is perhaps where he holds on to it, so it's pretty gross, I would say, but again, 9 years old. Primarily he uses this to play Roblox for the most part, but overall the case is held up pretty well. I'll go ahead and take it off so you can get a better look at it. Now the one thing that happened with the iPad, and I'm not exactly sure how it happened, it did get bent. Okay, so it's been in this case the entire time. I don't think it's the case's fault. The glass is not an issue, but it does have a little bit of a bend there. So I don't know if he had this in his backpack and it got bent that way, or if he accidentally sat on it. I'm not sure. He doesn't know how it got there. But it was in this case. It has not left this case. This is how it's held up it has like a felt lining on the inside, so it's actually done pretty well in terms of not scratching the back of the iPad at all. It's fine. It's a little dirty just from having been handled, but it's overall for what I paid for it, which is also $39.99. I happened to catch it on sale. I wanted something that would protect his iPad, because I knew he was going to be pretty abusive with it, as again a kid would. This is kind of flimsy. It's not flimsy. It's soft. It's not going to be something that is really rigid or hard. So I think if you have a smaller child, I definitely would get something that is, of a big rubber variety that has maybe a handle. You've seen those kind of cases on Amazon, or even in places like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I see them from time to time. But I would say overall for $40, the case is held up well. The kickstand still works fine. The one part that's gotten a little worn was the pencil here. He didn't have a pencil for too long. He didn't really use it too much, so I ended up getting rid of it. He actually had the crayon for a while here, And it did get a little bit worn after a while, but you could still fit a pencil in there and it'll still, maintain the pencil there. The one thing that it won't allow you to do if you have a different model iPad where you charge on the top, as I do here with the Pros, it won't allow you to charge the pencil on the top. Maybe some of the newer models do, but I haven't seen one, at least for this model, obviously, because that's not how this model charges. But overall, the case has held up okay. You can see here, it's kind of gotten a little bit worn out, a little bit worn here. For 40 bucks, he's had it for 2 years. It's probably time to replace it, or it's probably been time to replace it. I think that it's overall a solid buy. I would recommend this case. Maybe, I'm wondering if I probably should have gotten him something a little more protective to prevent that bend, because I'm not exactly sure how that bend happened. And again, either does he. Because it doesn't, if you do have a lot of heavy stuff, it's not going to necessarily prevent that, right? So if he had it in his bag, or I suspect he might have accidentally sat on it and didn't know, or somebody did, that's not going to really prevent that from happening. So just keep that in mind. But you see some Zugu branding there. But overall, I think the case, again, for 2 years old, as abused. He uses this every day. He has, some screen time where he can play Roblox or do whatever he wants to do, watch some YouTube videos. Those are his primary things. He doesn't use the iPad for school so much because he needs a fully functioning laptop for that. But, it's pretty solid overall. Okay, well, I just wanted to kind of offer that review. And again, if you're thinking about it, I think if you're maybe an adult user, it probably would hold up a little bit better, or maybe much better. But for the overall, Zugu, I think, is a pretty good brand. It's more expensive than some of the others I've tried. Similar types of cases that were kind of copies of this case, but the quality was not there. So, I went ahead and returned those, and I settled on this one. And again, I think overall, I think it was good. I just think the only thing was the bending of the case. Okay, well, I hope you're well, and I hope your family's well. And I just wanted to kind of offer that 2-year review for this case. I thought it was an interesting one, he wanted me to do it, so I'm doing it for him. He also wanted me to show his Crocs that he received from his Happy Meals and his friends' Happy Meals. And so I'll show those so he can watch the video and see them. But I would say that, if you're an adult, perhaps it's better, in terms of it holding up a little bit better. And I think it's a good buy overall. I would recommend the case. Okay, again, hope you're well, hope your family's well, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.